Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are going to discuss another important journal of IEEE, whose name is IEEE Journal on Selected Areas in Communication. So here you can see that though in IEEE there is a confusion among authors that what is the difference between journal and transactions. And usually the transactions are considered means transactions also a type of journal, and transactions are considered to be a better version of the normal journals. So that's why people do consider that transactions are better. And in this method, they do consider that most of the uh, journals or the kind of periodicals which are available, if they contain the word journal, then they are not so good in comparison to transaction. But let me give you this prominent example, and it is a myth-busting journal, IEEE Journal on Selected Areas in Communication. You can see its metrics as well as you can see its indexing as well as its HQ ranking. And in addition to all these things, if you go and search properly, then you'll see that how good quality articles this particular journal accepts. And in this way, it is nowhere less than a particular transaction or a well-established transaction. And it is one of the very top-notch journal of IEEE in the field of communication. So I'm going to uh, show you one by one that what are the different metrics and what are the things that you should look onto if you are planning to publish your work into this particular journal. So let's start. So here you can see that impact factor is close to 10, which is very good thing. But again, impact factor should be the last thing you should be bothered about. Indexing and the Q ranking that are most important. Then the again factor, article influence scores, site scores are quite good. And coming to the popular menu, then the early access current issue, all issues about the journals. All the things are like normal IEEE journal homepage. So we'll see one by one. In popular articles, you see that what are the most popular articles in terms of downloading and citations. And additionally, you will get to know that in what particular fields people are interested in to work more, because these are the popular articles. Okay. So with respect to communication, you can see that 6G, edge intelligence, radio environments, then the federated learning, resource constrained environments or the resource constrained devices, then the 5G. And now 5G is almost in the implementation stage. So that's why more of the people are discussing about the beyond 5G, which is a B5G. Okay, so these sort of things means are in focus, and in this way you can see that machine learning, deep learning, 5G, because signal processing and so many intelligence and network heuristic related things will come into the picture, and that's why you are supposed to mine the big data, means lots of data that is available on today's communication networks. So in this way, deep learning, machine learning will come into the picture. So whatever techniques or the technologies you are focusing on or the particular journal is focusing on, you should see whether there is a mapping among both the domains or not. Coming to the early access will give you exact idea, because popular articles might be the old articles, but early access are the very recent articles, and they are not over with the publication formalities also. So here you can see that these are the accepted articles, but still in the production stage. So you can see that again 6G, integrated sensing and communication, then optimization based works means some sort of optimization you are applying in the networks. Then coming to the wireless networks, so Wi-Fi devices they have discussed, because future is going to be kind of IoT. So most of the devices, most of the communicating or the networking things will be very resource constraints or the power constraint. Additionally, there will be wireless in nature. So in this way, most of the wireless networks based work is going to be in the focus of future or these sort of journals. Now the resource allocation or the resource conservation, then the MIMO, then here you can see the uh, location awareness. Okay, so in this way, the context awareness people also say. In addition to the location awareness, context awareness is also very important. And then in which particular frequency range you are working. So terahertz, megahertz, and sort of different networks depending on their underlying frequency. So coming to the current issue, it is going to be the same thing, that current issue are the article contains articles which have been published, and early access articles means have been accepted for future publishing. Now coming to the all issues, because all issues is going to give you the information that since how long this particular journal is functioning. So 1980s you are saying. So let's see, start. Yes, it is from the start of 80s. So here you can see that we can consider almost 7 years here. So 7, then the 17, 27, 37, and 2 years of 2020s. Okay. So in this way, you can see that these are almost 39 or 40 years old journal, and it's quite, uh, you can say, long history. And obviously, just seeing the metrics of this particular journal also, you can imagine that how popular this particular journal is. Now, coming to the other details like the author's resources. So like a usual IEEE journal, all the related resources regarding the submission, submitting, then author related, then reviewer related, and the open access related links are provided. Editor-in-chief's information provided here. So Peter Peposky is the editor-in-chief of this particular journal, who is with the Department of Electronic System, Aalborg University, Denmark. Now coming to the SCI indexing, because we are interested in SCI indexing most, because it is the most popular database of well-established journals. And if your journal is not SCI, then I will not recommend you to go for that particular journal for publication. Okay. So now to search, you just need to Google SCI list. It will give you the link of Clarivate. So in Clarivate master journal list, you need to search the name of your journal. Here you can see that science citation index expanded is given here. So this particular journal is a SCI journal. And now coming to the Q ranking. So we jump onto the SCI Mago site, and here you search this particular journal name. And here you see that its H index is more than 200. Usually the H index above than 100 is considered powerful, but you can see it is more than 200, close to 250. Then this is a US journal offering two main tracks, computer science and engineering, in which the computer networks and communication and electrical and electronic engineering are the sub-focuses. Coming down here, we have the ISSN number, coverage from 1983 to 2020, and some of the related links. The scope of the journal is listed here. So we have not seen the scope at the homepage of the journal. So let's see here. Both are kind of similar only. So here you can see that most of the works of this particular journal focus on the network coding for wireless communication networks, wireless and pervasive communication. Might be for any application, but here they have considered for healthcare, because in future the healthcare, smart cities, these sort of networks are going to be the focus. Then the network infrastructure configuration, broadband access networks. Then again, when you are talking about the network, then architecture, protocols, APIs sort of things will come into picture. Then how to exploit the feedback, because exploit, usually people take the word because they want to use the 100% of something, but usually exploit, people also consider it's a kind of negative word. So let's talk taking the network heuristic back. Okay, kind of feedback. So whenever you are trying to improve your network, you need to take some sort of heuristics from your existing network implementation. So these are some of the specific focuses. Coming to the quartile ranking, you can see that both the tracks are offering throughout Q1 ranking, and it is very, very good thing. Okay, so coming to the final conclusion. So we'll say that the journal is overall a Q1 journal. Here you can see from this particular wizard. Okay. Additionally, some of the other graphs are also provided for additional input. So here you can see that SGR graph is going down, which is a matter of concern in 2020, but the total number of documents are a bit high in comparison to 2019. But you can see that in comparison to 2016, it is very low. So it is not like that the journal's quality has gone down or less people are turning up for this particular journal, because people usually try very hard to get published into these sort of journals. But point is that good journals also maintain their criteria. They also keep on increasing their acceptance criteria, and that's why the acceptance rate becomes low. So in this way, over the period of time, many times the good journals also accept a very less number of papers. So you can see that in 2020, Corona was also there, so might be the impact, because some of the authors were not able to research or function properly. Additionally, the acceptance rate of the journal depends on the current policies. So it might be the reason that policies of the network, this particular journal got changed. Additionally, the total number of citations with respect to last 4 years and the last 2 years are almost the same. which is not a good thing, because with respect to last 2 years, it should have been more or better than last 3 years or 4 years. Coming to the total citation and the self citation, so in 2020 this gap got reduced, which is a matter of concern, because this gap should be as wide as possible and self citation should be minimal. Okay, coming to the external citation and self citation graph, the graph is, both the graphs are almost mapping, which is very good thing, but still you can see that here this gap reduced. This gap reduced because total number of citations went down, because we already have seen the total number of documents accepted were also low. Okay, but in 2019 you can see that accepted articles were even more lower, but thus total number of citations were better. Okay, so it is means less number of documents is not the only reason. So in this way you need to do all sort of analysis and maintain a decision trade-off, means what sort of uh, article you want to publish into a particular journal, and do you have a better choice, or it is the best shot or something like that. Okay, coming down here you can see that international collaboration is on rise, but still it is not the best throughout. Okay, so it need to be improved, but still if the independent reviewers are working or authors are working, then I think independent authors usually don't delve into these sort of things, means they many times try to do their independent research. So it is the thing. Then coming to the non-citable items, so very less number of non-citable items due to some policy violation. Now coming down to the cited and non-cited, so non-cited documents are also very less in comparison to cited documents. Still, if your work didn't get cited, don't worry, might be you are working into a very specific reason and very few authors are there. Okay, so it is not a matter of concern. Now coming down to the final conclusion, so I will say that the journal is SCI. Additionally, the journal is offering you Q1 ranking throughout, and the journal's impact factor is very good. Okay, so my decision is that definitely go for it if you have a chance. Additionally, you should know that what sort of other options you have. So in my opinion, you have some other options in terms of electronic letters, applied physics letters, IEEE, ICE transactions on communications, then electronics and communications in Japan, optics letters, then physics review, means because communication includes a lot of different sciences, including the physics, optics, etc. Okay, so you need to consider all of these things. Then computer networks, which is a popular journal of healthcare, is also a good choice. Coming down to the publisher, if you want to switch your publisher due to some reason you don't want to publish in IEEE, or you didn't get published in IEEE, then you have some other options like Elsevier, Springer, Wiley, Optical Society, then the American Physical Society, Association for Computing, means ACM, then the IOP Publishing, Hindawi, etc. So in my opinion, you should go for it. Additionally, as the always good journals I have, the rate of returning authors is better, means year wise it is increasing. In between some for some of the years it was a bit low, but still the rate of returning authors is good in comparison to the normal journals. Coming down to the key research areas, so some of the related areas, not the particular areas of this particular journal only, means most of the because most of the good journals have the interdisciplinary focus. So most of the related areas include wireless networks, information theory, electronic businesses, digital sociology, cryptography, because security is a vertical aspect, then computer networks, then VLSI, telecommunication engineering, cloud computing, etc. Coming down to the exact specific keywords, so most of the works include the wireless, cognitive radio, transmission methods, code division, multiple access, MIMO 802.11, means a different IEEE standards or related to telecommunication, then channel access methods, then multi-user management, etc. Okay, so in this way, you can see that what sort of topics you are interested in, and if your focus lies, please go for. Additionally, the journal includes authors, means more than 170 plus countries authors are publishing their works with this particular journal. So it is a matter of pride, and you can see that how wide coverage you can get through this particular journal, and that's why the rate of returning authors remain high for this sort of journals. Okay, so in my opinion, this is a very good journal. You should go for it. And if I didn't cover anything, please let me know through your comments. Thanks for watching this video again. Happy learning.